Don't hang up that phone. We've found what you're looking for. Welcome to the Let's Talk Cabling Podcast with Chuck Bowser, RCDD. Well, seeing how we're pulling Category 6A, the most powerful twisted pair in the world, you gotta ask yourself this one question. Did I pull 295 or 300 feet? Well, do you feel lucky? Do you, punk? What exactly does RCDD stand for? Registered Communications Distribution Designer. Just the expert you need to ensure your cable plant performs exactly as designed. The elite professional, knowledgeable, and experienced in leading-edge ICT design principles. Now, send the new guy to the truck for a bucket of dial tone and the cable stretchers, while you listen to an informative program on telecommunications.
Thursday night, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That can only mean one thing and one thing only. After Hours Live with Chuck Bowser, RCDD, your favorite RCDD, who's going to help you with your installation, certification, design, project management, career path questions. Thank you for stopping by tonight. Chris, thank you so much. Yes, today is my birthday. My birthday. I got a free sticker to anybody who can guess my age, except for my daughter. Thank you, Jet. I appreciate that. Anybody who can guess my age will get a free sticker. You got to guess my age. So there you go. Yes. Yes, Aaron's in the house. Hello, Aaron. So, listen, if you like fiber optics, check out his channel. It's Fiber Nerds. Fiber Nerds. Check him out. Him and his co-host do a pretty good job. I think they did their second show, I think, if I remember right. Yeah. So somebody's guessing my age here. They say I think I'm 56. Yeah. No. I'm not 56. And I am not 54 either. Not 54 either. Yes, my daughter who's on TikTok says I get a free sticker just because. Yes, she does. Yes, happy birthday. Thank you. It is my birthday. Yay. So, oh, by the way, if you want to be on tonight's show to wish me a happy birthday, let me put up a link. Lee says 40 never looked better. Yeah, I wish I was 40. I wish I was 40. Where's that thing? It's probably under the captions. There you go. There you go. So if you want to join tonight to wish me happy birthday, there's the link for it. I'll leave that up while we're talking. So let's do the normal stuff. We always start off with, what are you drinking? It's an after-hour show, so adult beverages are allowed. This is not an adult beverage. This is, it looks like water, but it's not. It is Zevia soda. Zevia. It is not root beer, Dr. Pepper style. So that's what I'm drinking. Put in the chat box what you are drinking tonight. Hard Scrabble Mountain Life says I'm 48. Nope, older than that. So, yes. Adult beverages are allowed, although I'm not drinking one tonight. Now, let's talk about some things. Oh, the QR code. God, I always forget the QR code. I'm not good at promoting the whole podcast thing. I'm just not good at that. So here's a QR code right there. If you want to send me a birthday present, scan that QR code. Electrolytes. Yeah, there you go. Scan that QR code. You can buy me a cup of coffee. You can schedule a 15-minute one-on-one call with me after hours, of course. You can send me, you can tip me and just help support the show. It costs money to put the show on. It costs money to host the podcast. It costs money for the video platform to edit the videos. It costs money for the graphics program, right? It costs money for the QuickBooks to track all that stuff. Money going out. God, it's like a pain in the neck sometimes. Yes, Kaylin, I know you know how old I am. He's one of my mentees. Of course, he knows how old I am, right? So there you go. Now, with that being done, let's go ahead and move on to the acronym challenge. You know, I always do an acronym challenge. Today's acronym is RGB. RGB. What does RGB mean? Put the answer in the chat box if you think you know what RGB means, right? RGB. I'll give you a hint. It has something to do with grounding. Nope. Somebody says red, green, blue. It does not stand for red, green, or blue. RGB has something to do with bonding and grounding. Okay. Giving going once, going twice, three times the winners. It stands for rack grounding bus bar. Rack grounding bus bar. That's a bus bar that mounts in the rack. It's available both in horizontal and vertical rack grounding bus bars. So it helps make you bond all those shielded cable plants together nice and easily. So that way, less conductors, less cable, less costs. Makes everybody's job easier all the way around. Now you always know I go into the motivational minute. This one's going to be a quick and easy one. You probably know this one. Just do it. Just do it. You know, my daughter's in the TikTok room. She'll tell you I am the worst procrastinator there is in the world. The worst. Absolute worst. Yes. So let me ask you this. Put it in the chat box. What goal have you been putting off? What goal have you been putting off? Right? Put you in the chat box. And let me ask you this. What is holding you back? What is holding you? My daughter says same. So she's a procrastinator too. You come by it naturally, baby. Yes. What's holding you back? And more importantly, what can I do to help you achieve that goal? If there's something I can do to help you achieve your goal, you know how to get a hold of me. I'm on hashtag CBRCDD. I'm all over the place. You know, you direct message me on all the social media platforms. What can I do to help you achieve that goal? Did you catch last week's show? Yes, I started a 2-part series on resumes. Yes, I've been getting a lot of resume questions lately. I'm not sure why. So I sent all those questions to a professional resume writer, and we did a show. I thought it'd be like 30 minutes of content, but it ended up being over an hour. Yes. So I broke it up into 2 episodes. The first 5 questions are last week's show. The last 5 questions are next Monday's show. So make sure that you watch that because, you know, you have literally about 10 seconds to make an impact on that hiring manager to see if you make it to the next cut. And, you know, the old standbys, use colored paper, use fancy fonts, put your pictures on. Those are not good recommendations anymore. They're not. So make sure you listen to that show. Also, my fire stopping class was just recognized for a continuing education credit by Bixby. Yes. That class will be available online. I'm going to record it next week. So you can go to Teachable. It'll be on there. You can watch it. It's available virtually, and I'll even do it face-to-face for the right price, right? Face-to-face. Now, there is a charge for that class. Now, you probably wonder, well, Chuck, there's a lot of free 1-hour CECs. Yeah, but how many 1-hour CEC classes do you see are trying to put out as much good energy as I do? It's a way to help support the show. So, yes, there's a cost to the show, but it helps pay for the podcast. And remember, this podcast does cost money. It does cost money. Flipping back over to the chat box, Lewis says he wants to get his RCDD. Well, you know, I just started an RCDD study group. Matter of fact, it's the first class starts in 8 o'clock tonight. No, 7 o'clock tonight. So it starts in, 51 minutes. Yeah, 26-week program. We do 70 pages a day. So look, somebody's with another birthday wish. Thank you. Happy birthday to Chuck. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Yes. It is my birthday. I got to celebrate it because my wife's in Maryland. So it's just me here today. So I got to celebrate it, right? I got to celebrate it. And if you want to come on the show, here's the link. I will leave that link up for the remainder of the show. So if you want to come on in to wish me a happy birthday, there's the link. I'll bring you on so you can wish me a happy birthday. All right. So I do have 3 questions. So this is probably going to be a quick show tonight. I only have 3 questions. Okay. The first question. Oh, somebody said it was on TikTok. I've been putting off starting making content because I didn't want it to do it because it could not be perfect. That's, you know, there's a channel that I watch and the name of it's escaping me at the moment. I'll think Media. And their motto is just push record. And when I go back and I look at my stuff from 2.5 years ago, yeah, I cringe. I cringe. It's so horrible. It's so horrible. So don't wait until you're perfect to start doing content, because you're never going to be perfect. Perfection is not a destination, it's a journey. It's a journey. You should strive to perfection. You will never achieve perfection. So that goes for content creation, the cozy ghouls layer. It goes to anybody. If you want to try to do something, it's a journey. It's a journey. Embrace the journey. Embrace that journey. So the first question is from Jasmine. Jasmine was one of my mentees. So she shot me a question this week because she was working through some proposals or something or another. And she asked me, what is UTP non-continuous foil cable? What is UTP non-continuous foil cable? So it's kind of like an oxymoron almost. The UTP stands for unshielded twisted pair. Unshielded twisted pair. But it says the name's UTP non-continuous foil cable. So it's got foil in it. What the heck? So generally, cable falls into two major categories: unshielded twisted pair and some type of shielded or screened twisted pair. Now, UTP cable is just like the name implies. There is no shield inside that cable. They twist the pairs at different rates to reduce the effects of EMI. And UTP cable is the primary cable of choice in the United States. You get outside the United States, start doing cabling in Europe, some parts of the Middle East, they like using shielded cable. And the reason for that is UTP cable is cheaper. The connectors are cheaper. It takes less time to terminate and to test. And what is time to us? Money. So UTP is the primary cable. Shielded cable has a screen in it, or a full shield in it. So the EMI, the radiation, electromagnetic radiation, can't get into the cable because it's got that full shield. Also, electromagnetic radiation can't come out of the cable because it's got that foil shield. But with shielded cable, you got to bond it to a ground on both ends, I might add. Both ends. So what is UTP non-continuous foil cable? A lot of people mistake UTP non-continuous foil cable for shielded cabling because it does have a foil shield. The difference is, there's two major differences. A shielded cable has a drain wire, and a shielded cable is one piece of foil from the beginning of the cable to the end of the cable. So if you put for example, like an ohm meter on a continuity tester, you will get continuity all the way through that full shield. With a UTP non-continuous, some manufacturers call it discontinuous isolation wraps. That full shield goes about 3 feet. There's a small little break, and then there's another 3-foot piece. And it does that over and over and over again. It's kind of like a hybrid, a go-between UTP and shielded cabling. So the advantages are that, number one, you get almost the same performance as a shielded cable, but without those really expensive shielded connectors, without all that extra labor to terminate it, without all that extra labor to bond it to a ground. So that's the advantage of using that discontinuous isolation wrap cable, or as the TDM likes to call it, the UTP non-continuous foil cable. Foil cable. Okay. The next question comes from Brian. Now, Brian actually sent me a question through my Linktree account. So the Linktree account's in my bio. That's where you can schedule time with me for questions, path questions. You can also buy me a cup of coffee, right? Or make donations. So he's an electrical apprentice, has about 4 years of experience. And somehow he learned about Bixie and their certification programs. So he reached out to me and said, Chuck, what is a good Bixie certification for me to get? Now, Bixie has several certifications for the installation side. They got the installer 1, installer copper, installer fiber, and the technicians. Yours truly is a certified Bixie technician and RCDD. So I can do both design and installation. I can do both of them. There are prerequisites in order to be able to sit for each of those 3 levels. The installer 1 is the beginning level. We used to call it the apprentice program, but it's not called that anymore. So in order to be eligible, Ed, the old tech guy's in the house. Ed, how you doing, my friend? So in order to be eligible for the installer 1, you don't have to have any background experience in the ICT field, none whatsoever. You can come in green. You could literally be flipping hamburgers the day before you take the class. Literally be flipping hamburgers the day before you flip the class or start the class. Now, when you there are some other requirements. You have to be able to differentiate between colors, because everything we do revolves around a color code. Where's my cable? There we go. Grab my cable. So there's colors inside of this. You can't terminate this if you can't see in color, right? And on top of that, in some dimly lit closets, the oranges and the browns look a lot alike. So you got to be able to differentiate colors, right? You also have to have manual dexterity, because you're going to be punching down jacks, pulling cable, taping up pull string on head, stuff like that. And you got to be able to lift up 50 pounds. Those are the physical requirements for that installer 1 certification. Okay, that's the physical requirements. Now, for as far as getting that certification, you do have a couple paths. Probably the best path, the most successful way. By the way, if you want to pay for the exam fee, it's $335 for that installer 1 certification. $335 for that certification. So probably the best way is to take the IN 101 class. That's the Big C Installer 1 training class. It's a 40-hour class. They're going to go through lecture portions. They're going to go through hands-on portion. They're going to teach you how to terminate different types of jacks, bonding and grounding conductors, how to test cabling. And then they're going to administer 2 tests, the written test and the hands-on test. All right. Now, the good thing is the hands-on tests are going to be things that you did in class. They're not going to throw you a curveball. Right? It's not like they're going to have you terminate something you ain't seen yet. So all of the hands-on tasks that they do on the hands-on portion of that test, you've already done. I highly recommend that if you're going to take that class, that you buy the ITSM manual. ITSM, ITSIMM. That stands for Information Transport Systems Installations Methods Manual. That's the manual that all of those test questions are based out of for both all the installer programs and the technician program. And you're going to want to spend about 50 hours in that. I was thinking just the other day. So like I said, I'm kicking off my RCDD study group tonight, literally at 7:00. I might start off a study group for people who are doing the installer or the technician classes. Let me know what you think about that. Put in the chat box if you think, do you know somebody who might want to do that? Right? Look who's in the house. George Kalen's in the house. Let's bring him in real quick. Mr. Kalen, how you doing, buddy? Your microphone's not on.
It is now. Happy
there
birthday.
It is. How you doing, my friend?
I am good. How are you?
I am doing fantastic. It's my birthday.
Can't wait for tomorrow.
Yeah, well, I said I might. I didn't say I was. I said I might come down. So there you go. I appreciate you.
Cool though.
Yep. I appreciate you stopping by, my friend. All right. Take care, buddy. Bye. All right. So for those who don't know, that Kalen is one of my closest friends. He lives down in Plant City. I mentioned that I might come down to Plant City on Friday. I said might. Words have meanings. Choose the right words. John Godbald's in the house. Look at that. John Godbald. Holy cow. John Godbald was one of my dad's best friends. So there you go. Yes. Oh, so moving on. So we were talking about the Installer 1 certification, right? So somebody says Jehu would love that. If you don't know who Jehu is, go back and look at my TikTok feed. When I was in Chicago last week, I met up with Ed, the old tech guy, and Jehu. Oh, Ed gave me an early birthday present. An early birthday present. This is the birthday present that Ed gave me. Yes, it's called The Clip. The Clip. Yeah. Yes. I just got to figure out where to put this in my studio. So for right now, he's resting down there. Oh, speaking of studios, oh, I'm so stoked. Tomorrow at 10 o'clock, my new studio is being delivered. George, yes. Kaylin says Chippy from Microsoft. Yes, yes. You earned a sticker, Kaylin. You earned a sticker. I'll give you another one. Yeah, my new studio is coming at 10 o'clock tomorrow. They're delivering it. So make sure you watch out for the videos on me building out my new studio because I'm moving out of my spare bedroom into a new studio. Yes, talk about professional. Yes, sirree. God, I can't wait. God, I can't wait. Okay, moving on. So yeah, he needs to apply for that Installer 1 certification because that's for beginners. Now, the Installer 1 certification, there are some things that you need to understand. Number one, that certification does not renew. It does not renew. You have to, when it expires in 2 years, you have to go to the next level, the Installer Copper. Now, the Installer Copper, the Installer Fiber, and the Bixby Technician certifications, you can continue to maintain that one. You don't have to keep going up. If you just want to keep your Installer C, you can do that. If you want to keep your Installer F, you can do that. If you want to just keep your Technician, you can do that. But the Installer 1, like I said, it was the apprentice program. So once you finish that 2-year cycle, you got to go up to the next one. Now let's talk about that test. I forgot to mention on that written test, it's going to be 75 questions and you're given 2 hours to do it. The Bixby does teach this class in person, but they also do this class virtually, right? Right. So what does that mean? That means you can do it via Zoom call, and they will send you a kit with the blocks and all that stuff, and you can terminate and do the hands-on as well. So you got to have a camera stuff. So they can do it virtually. That's the cool thing about that. They can do it virtually. Next question. This one came to me on TikTok. So I did a post. What post was this on? This was on the my mind's pulling a blank. That's what happens. You get my age. You get old, right? So I did a post, and then somebody asked me, what is the RCDD prerequisites? What is the RCDD prerequisites? So RCDD, Registered Communications Distribution Designer. That's a industry professional who's skilled at design and installation for information communication technology, cabling, and equipment. Voice cabling, data cabling, security cabling, video cabling, all that fun stuff. Now, RCDDs aren't necessarily, once you get the RCDD certification, that doesn't mean you have to be in design. There are people who have RCDDs who are in project management, people who have RCDDs who are service managers, estimators, sales engineers, quality assurance, quality control, right? Ryan Knight just wished me a happy birthday on LinkedIn. Thank you, Ryan. I appreciate it. Today's my birthday. Yes, my birthday. So you can have all different kinds of. So what are the prerequisites to be even able to apply for that RCD certification? You have 3 options. 3 options. The first option is you have to have 2 years of verifiable full-time work experience in ICT design. Now, you got to fill out that application and you got to show that you designed for 2 years. Doesn't mean you have to be an estimator. Project managers design too. Change orders? Hello. Yes. That counts as designs, right? The beard of knowledge. Thank you. It is my birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. I'm having Mexican food for dinner tonight. Yes. Yeah. See, Ed, I love Mexican food, brother. I love it. So you have to have the first option is 2 years of full-time verifiable experience, and you have to have a Bixby certification, such as Bixby Tech, the RTPM, the Registered Telecommunications Project Manager certification, the DCDC, which is something data center something. I can't remember it off the top of my head, or the OSP. That's the first option. The second option is 2 years of verifiable work experience in design and 2 years of higher education coursework in the ICT field. Now, what does that look like? Well, that could be a 2-year degree. It could be industry-related programs. It could be apprenticeships. Hello, the union apprenticeship program that qualifies, right? The Joint Apprenticeship Training Program, the JATC, that qualifies. If you are a cable dog in the military, that could qualify as well, as long as you can provide evidence of completion of that coursework. That's the big thing, right? So if you're trying to rely on option number 2 for your prerequisite for your RCDD, you bet you have to send a copy of your diploma as well. And then the third option, in order to be qualified to sit for the RCDD, and this is my favorite because it's how I did it, you have to have 5 or more years of experience. 5 or more years of experience. So the application process is pretty simple. You just fill out that application. It's online. It's pretty easy to find. Send a current resume, and that resume, make sure you clearly depict what kind of designs you were doing. If you were doing on-the-fly designs for change order management, tell them that, right? And then you're going to submit that application. Then you got to take the test. Now, for the installer 1, if you are a Bixie member, that test is $510, right? $510 for the RCDD. What does that fee include? You can include the exam preparation, includes your first attempt. You can take the test as many times as you want, but that $510 only covers the first exam. And that exam is done at Pearson VUE, and then the electronic certification when you pass. That fee does not cover your study materials, does not cover the TDMM, any traveling expenses, right? Any preparatory classes that you take, does not cover that. Does not cover that. If you're not a Bixie member, then that's going to cost you $725. So that right there is worth the price alone of getting a Bixie membership. Okay. If you have to retake the test, it's $230 for a Bixie member, and it's $355 for a non-Bixie member. Now that test, what does that test look like? 100 questions, and you're given 2.5 hours to take that test. Okay. Now the test is going to be multiple choice, or it might even have, some test questions we got to match the things between 3 and 5 options. It's got those as well too. Now I get asked a lot of questions. Chuck, what's on the exam? I took my RCD exam 20 years ago in 1999. Actually, more than 20 years ago now. Even if I could remember the test questions, I wouldn't tell you because it's an ethics thing. I had to study my butt off. You have to study your butt off, right? But I can't tell you how the exam is broken up because that's published in their documents. So 10% of the exam is going to include defining the scope of the project or the design. 66% of the exam is going to be designing the actual solution. Supporting the bid process is going to be 9%, and supporting the installation process will be 15%. That's how it is. The test is broken up, right? My only regret is that I waited so long to get my birthday, so long to get my RCDD. I wish I had gotten it first. Forrest is in the house. Thank you for stopping by, Forrest. He says, I paid twice for the written test because I forgot the voucher number. Oops. Yeah, it happens to people. It does. And Hussein's in the house. Hey, everybody, pay attention. Make sure you say congratulations to Hussein. He just got his RCDD. Well, I think it was on Monday. Wasn't it Monday, Hussein? And he was in my study group. God, when he sent me that message that he got his RCDD, dude, that made my day. Oh, that made my day. God, that made my day. Even more so than when I got my own RC. I said this when Jasmine got hers as well, right? I get my pleasure. I was talking to my boss today. We were talking about career path questions and stuff. And he asked me, and I can't remember exactly how the question was worded, but he asked me, what did I like about my job? And what I love about my job is I love the fact that I am inspiring people to climb higher. So he got his RCDD on Tuesday. Yes, Tuesday. Thank you. So congratulations, Hussein. I know you worked hard for that, my friend. You worked hard for that. All right. So who's this? Rob Yates? My brother? My brother's on A live stream? He's on the internet? Did your wife type it in for you? Because we know you do the whole one finger type. And you know what? Mom loves me more. Yes. Yes. Let me see. What does Chris have to say? Chris is saying, for a certified technician, do you have to work your way up or can you go straight for the technician? Great question. You can. You can absolutely go straight for the technician certification as long as you meet the prerequisites. The prerequisites, right? So let me see. Let me see. I'm gonna find the prerequisites real quick and I'll tell you what it is. Hold on. Give me 1 second. So flip back over here. Technician certification. Here are the here's the prerequisites in order to be able to sit. You have 4 options. Option 1 year verifiable full-time experience instructor cabling system. All right. And which you obtained on the job or in a trade school. And you hold a certification course completed by Bixie instructor. Okay, that's the first option. The second option is 2 years of verifiable full-time experience. Again, trade by on-the-job experience or in a trade school, or successfully completed an instructor-led hands-on class. Option 3 years of verifiable full-time experience on the job or again through an apprenticeship program, and have completed at least 35 hours of documented continuing education courses in copper and fiber construction. Again, CE courses are easy to find. Or in the fourth option is be an installer 2 credentialer, and then you can go up from that. So you don't necessarily have to go installer 1, installer C, installer F technician. You can go straight to the technician. As a matter of fact, that's how I did it. That's exactly how I did it. Shotzi's in the house. Shotzi's in the RCD study group that's kicking off in 28 minutes, Shotzi. I hope you got your reading done. Thank you. Happy birthday. I appreciate that. All righty. Now let me see here. What's this one question? This is from Lewis. What's better to get, the RCDD or the Bixie certification? You know, I believe in both of them, and that's why I have both of them. If you're doing more installation, the technician certification is going to help you. If you do more design, then the RCDD is going to help you. But I didn't want to just be able to only do one or the other. That's why I got both, right? If you want to, if you're doing the whole career path progress, get your technician certification first. Then when you meet the prerequisites, like I just covered a few minutes ago, then apply for your RCDD. Right, Peanut? Yes. Yeah. I've been trying to get him to take his RCD test for years because I'm Mom's favorite kid. Yeah, I am. I just am. Carlton, thank you. Happy birthday. I appreciate that. I appreciate that, my friend. All righty. Well, we're at our 30-minute mark. So that was the 30 minutes I do for my live stream every week. I appreciate everybody coming by to wish me a happy birthday. Although me and my brother did as well. And my daughter came online too. Yes. Yes. The Bearded Knowledge does loves for, you know what? It's my birthday, but I'm going to give you a present. I'm going to give you a present. Okay. The first 5 people who email me, I will give them a free scholarship to my Firestop class. Because remember, I told you it's going to be a paid class, 1-hour class. So if you send me an email saying, Chuck, please consider me for that fire stopping class, I will pick the first 5 people and they get to attend it for free. That's my birthday present to you. All right? Right? Wait a minute. You're supposed to be giving me birthday presents. Yeah, that's not the way Chuck rolls. No, I'll give you one, right? I'll do one. So, Lewis, thank you. I appreciate you stopping by saying happy birthday. Let me see. What's this one say? Do years work in the field count as prerequisites instead of doing the technician course? So, kind of. It used to be if you had 5 years of experience, you didn't have to have any of the other prerequisites, but they don't list that one anymore. So, the only options you have, if you only have 1 year, then you got to have the course completion. If you have 2 years experience, then you have to make sure I'm on the technician one. Yes, I am on the technician one. 2 years of field experience, and then attend an instructor-led hand-on course. If you have 3 years experience, then all you do is just show 35 hours of documented CEC courses. And that's Cable Installation Maintenance Magazine. They do 2 a month. The Beard of Knowledge, you want to learn more about cabling? Cable Installation and Maintenance Magazine. Look them up on the internet. Sign up for that free magazine. Okay, it comes out every other month, and they do 2 free webinars a month. You said you like virtual classes. They do 2 a month, and you get CECs for them. Right? So there you go. There's my 30-minute show. That's technically 35 minutes. Oops. Thank you, everybody, for wishing me happy birthday. I'm going to go ahead and sign off on this now because I got an RCD study group to start up in about 25 minutes. So until next time, everybody, remember, knowledge